Hello, welcome to Country Stitchers. I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Deb.
If you're just joining us for the first time,
Welcome.
Yes, welcome, and we love to talk about needlework.
Yes.
That is what you will hear about here from start to finish, along with a few other tidbits.
Some other stuff.
Today we're doing a little different format. We're going to do some flourishing fun, some finishes. I have a piece that I was putting together, and Deb is my go-to for how to put the final touches on things, and she actually pulled out the basics on this one too. So we're going to look at that, and it might give you some ideas. And you have to get your magic wand out.
Okay.
I surprised her with that this morning. And then we're going to stitch a little and talk about some of the things we're working on.
Yes. Yes.
So should we jump into that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm getting ready.
It's so pretty.
I'm getting ready to go visit Kevin, and I'm doing this. I can tell you about this. It won't be a spoiler because I don't think Carrie, my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, stitches or watches our videos, so she's not going to see this. But in previous videos, you've seen that I was working on this homespun elegance piece, and I'm did this piece that says "Wine is bottled poetry," and this was at Stitches Unlimited on the wall, and I loved it, and I wanted to do it for her. She has a little wine cabinet as you come into their apartment, and it's a nice piece of furniture, and it stores their wine, and it's been on my mind since I saw the cabinet. So I stitched it, and I think I showed it to you finished, but then I had wanted to finish it as an easel, which you might remember. Gosh, we went to a jamboree and took a class with Sue Hillis and did the alphabet sampler. And we finished those as an easel. That was our first one, right? So this is finished that way. My first port of call was Deb's Craft Room for fabric. And she picked out the fabric to go with it. The two colors are Brethren Blue and Maple Syrup. And they're over-dyed flosses. And then she chose the fabric, and I'll show you where I stopped because I got stalled and I want Deb's help. But this is the fabric that Deb picked out for the background on the front. And then the inside and the back all have this solid blue-gray. What would you call that color?
Blue-gray.
Blue-gray. Blue-gray. You got it right from the expert, blue-gray. And then the inside, and I've put a little chain. I think I will look to see if I can't find a little different colored chain, but that's the only one I had.
I like it.
Do you?
It looks great with that brown.
Do you like it that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if it would be too much.
No, I like it. That's
now,
beautiful.
If you've done one of these, I don't know how you secure yours. Sometimes you can put a piece of fabric into your two sides, and then it will always be there at that. You can just include that little band.
Oh, instead of a chain.
Instead of a chain. But this time I got a little creative with a pin. Just, it has a head on it. It's kind of difficult because it's so blue. It matches right there. And what I did was I took my bead tools and I just bent it into a hard U at the top, very short. So I can attach this just by sliding it over the head of that pin on the front. Oh, actually the back, you'll see the actual pin a little bit better here, how I bent it over. And then I slipped it right in between the two chipboards. I made sure I caught the cardboard just a little bit inside that join. And so it's on either side in the back and either side in the front. And then that's how it stands.
Yep.
Now, one thing I used that I hadn't used before though were the Fat Quarter Shop dots for cross stitch finishing. And I used this to fix this onto the front when I was trying to position it, and it really worked out well. So thanks to It's So Emma, and these are the larger dots, the 1.5 inch.
Okay.
And I have some of the smaller ones. We both have the little ones too.
Yeah.
I will say it took me a while to get the paper off. I said to Deb, is there a trick to that? And she said, well, I've done Stampin' Up so long, I know how to use those things. And, oh my gosh, I tried every tool I had to get them separated.
You also put the feet on here are
Yes.
really beautiful pins.
Those are
with beads on it.
check teardrop, faceted check teardrop out of my beading, and then I used just a gray headed pin to secure them in the bottom.
Yeah, and that is such a neat thing to do, is to put the little feet on it, because
Yeah.
we have them on our other one as well, and it's just so cute. You don't have to put them on, but it's adorable.
But like everything else, I think I sat and played with my beads, all my organizer trays, and looking at, and I had some bicone blue gray that were opaque, but
no, this is cute.
yeah, it didn't blend. It was more of an attention getter, and it took your attention to the beads.
Okay.
And I thought, no, that's just a little too much.
All right, I'm gonna look real quick for
So
something.
I've asked Deb if she could figure something out to finish off the piece on the front. On our other bands, or our other easel, we took I use this pad as an example. We had different lace and trim, and I think we both had a piece of lace under ours, right? Coming out just a little bit.
Yep.
And we put that on before we mounted our piece onto the front. And the look I'm looking for is sort of a contemporary, not a traditional or vintage sort of look, because their house is sort of has a contemporary feel to it. So, oh, she's back.
I'm back.
With goodies.
I'm back. Okay.
You want me to hold it?
Yes, please.
All
Thank
right.
you.
She's not letting me see
This is my
anything.
little goodie box, and it says metal hardware. So I have all kinds of fun, I don't know if you can see it without me dropping it, but all kinds of fun things in here.
Let's not drop it.
And yes.
This has been one of those days for both of us. I left something at home I wanted to bring along. Deb left something upstairs she wanted to bring downstairs. So anyway, I'm getting ready to go. I leave later this week to go see Kevin and Carrie, and I also have some things along I'm thinking of maybe working on while I'm there.
Cool.
Yeah, I might share those a little later.
So I have these metal corners that would look really cute
Oh, I like that.
on there. I don't know if they can see very well, but you could do one of those on each corner, which would be really
like
sweet.
that. That's very...
And different, a little
Yes.
different. That's pretty.
I do like that a lot.
So you could put one of those on each corner. And then if you wanted to put something between this piece and this piece, like at the edge, this is really pretty, this color. But obviously you would cut off and just use
The
rope kind of part of
yeah.
it. Because this is meant to go like in a pillow or something. But
Okay.
you could use just that
The braid
around the
yeah.
edge, just the braid,
So,
which would be really, really pretty.
and then okay, hold that.
So she'd be getting rid of this, and then or if you because this is just on here with the dot, you said, if you take this whole thing off, you don't have to
That's
cut
what
this
I
off
was
at all.
thinking.
Just slip it under.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. If this was already attached,
Mm-hmm.
then you could cut it.
Yeah.
But that looks really cute, and then you could use the corners.
Yeah, and sorry, go ahead.
No. The only other thing that I think is cute is because you have the little bits of that off-white in here in your design, in your fabric. This is also really cute, and you could still use the corners. So you could tuck this under as well, which would be cute.
You got pom-poms. I'm drawn more to the sort of seafoam green or teal, blue, gray, whatever we're calling that, with the colors in their house.
Oh, okay.
This
They don't have a lot of like whites and
they
stuff.
have none. It's either grays or black. Grays and blacks. It's sort of a monochromatic.
They're
look
more
to it.
modern.
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes. Very non.
Okay.
It's not traditional.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
So you're thinking more like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I like
And
those corners though. That's really
I
cute.
do. Very much.
Yeah, that'd be really cute.
And on those corners, would you just glue them down onto the top?
I would use Eileen's glue and just glue them down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as the fabric on my easel, I use the Yes glue. It's actually a paste, and we've shown that before. It comes in a 20-pound jar, about this size. It is the heaviest stuff. It is so dense.
This is with the white. I'm just kind of holding it all with my fingers, but I like this as well. But yes, if they're, I mean, that looks awesome to do that too, and keep it more darker, you know, not bring any of the white out. But yeah, either one.
Awesome.
Thank you. And there's
There you
plenty,
go.
there's enough there for you.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
I will grab 3 more of those and you'll be all set.
No, 2 more because I dropped one down
Did
there.
you really?
Yes. It slipped and it went right in between the podium stand and the table.
Okay.
So
Alrighty.
down it went.
Alrighty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So this will be done and on its way. I keep thinking I have to be ready to go tomorrow. Oh, I am leaving tomorrow.
Yes, you are leaving tomorrow.
I do have to be ready to go tomorrow. That would be why the suitcase is on the bed, right?
Oh, Lord.
I do have that out
Here you
and
go.
going.
All right. I will get the other one for you.
Okay.
There's that
Did
one.
I tell you that I found a suitcase at Goodwill, a Vera Bradley carry-on
What?
with wheels?
What?
I opened it up last night for the first time. Still had the little Goodwill tag on it, but I knew $14.99. Yes. So I grabbed it. I thought even if it's for our retreats, right? For a retreat weekend, because we have a carry bag that we use that is Vera Bradley that we both got. But this one is on wheels, which is getting to be kind of helpful to me. And so I got it out, opened it up. Would you believe the keys? 4 keys and 2 locks are still in the zipper compartment inside. Everything is there. And the top section by where the handle is unzips, and it's like a wallet. It has card holder, change holder, passport holder, all in the very top of the carry-on.
Jeez. Right up here at...
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I was excited. So I was going to take that until I started
Nice.
packing. And then I decided the carry-on wasn't going to be big enough.
Oh.
Because I'm taking some goodies back. I'm taking some bologna and mustard and things like that. So it's like, yeah, now we're running out of room in this. So I'm going to hang on to that for our next trip.
Okay.
And I will use the other one.
Very cool. That's awesome though.
I was really excited.
And another thing is, it's her birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, I'll put that away later. Gosh. All right, so a no on this, right?
Yes, thank you. And if I do decide to
A
do
no
it,
on
I
this,
do
yes.
have some that color.
You do?
I do,
Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty.
And I did check.
Okey-dokey.
I have chenille too, but I just didn't like that look with it.
No, I think that'll be great.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job. It's beautiful.
Thank you for your assist.
Beautiful.
Slip this back.
I want to show just a little bit of what I've been working on. Did some more on the Serenity Harbor Sampler.
Oh.
Again, I'll show you this really, really well-loved picture. It is so pretty. Oh, yes, and I'm glad that I brought this up because last time I told you that I would let you know what I changed the water to because I did change the colors in the water. I wanted it to look more like movement in the water, and then I completely forgot to tell you. Shocker. Okay, so I'm not going to take off the top of it, but anyway, I went ahead and did more of like down here by the tree, and now I have more water to do. It's so pretty. Okay, so
You are going to tell them this time,
I
right?
am. Okay. So if you get this chart, or if you have this chart, it calls for all DMC, which is wonderful, nice. But I did change a few of the colors. So there's 2 colors in the water. That's all. And it is Seafoam and Kentucky Bluegrass. So Weeks Dye Works is the Kentucky Bluegrass. Same with Seafoam. Okay, so it's those 2 variegated colors. Then for the green, I chose Moss. And that is Weeks Dye Works. So there's that variegated color. And then I did change the 2 pinks. Peony and Emma's pink. And they are the pinks in the flowers over here to give them a little bit more dimension. Everything else then is the DMC that's called for.
And you know what's interesting about that piece? You're not a pink person, but that border with those colors, I think looks really pretty with that amount of pink in it.
Yeah.
Like even if for a non-pink person, that's not overly dramatic.
That's true. I do like it.
I do like that too.
Thank you.
Because I'm not a, pink is not my go-to.
Right. Okay. We went away. We went to Pittsburgh for a few days, so I was able to take some more stitching. And I took that along with me.
Did you only get to stitch in the car, though? Or did you get stitching time when you were there?
I got a little bit of time the following morning.
Okay.
Because Matt had a meeting at 7. And,
and you were up?
I'm like, well, I'll stitch. Just bring me back some coffee.
Yes.
This was my in the car on the way to Pittsburgh stitching.
Oh, that's coming out really nice.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I saw this again before we left and I thought, oh man, I want to get back into that. So this is the Kaleidoscope cross stitch. Let me show you the front of it. By Lori Holt. Be in My Bonnet. And so they have a quilt and you can do the cross stitch also. And I chose my own colors. And I'm using the Aura floss also for this. So it's 1 strand and I am stitching on a hand-dyed fiber, fiber on a whim called Cream and Sugar.
It's one of my favorite colors of theirs.
It is so pretty. And this is 36 count. And so that's the top, yes. So this is what I have so far. And there's only 3 colors, except I am back stitching this blue with a darker blue. So if you notice down here, I have the blue already stitched, but it's not back stitched. And I did that so that I could show you how it just makes it so precise then and dramatic and just adds that awesome look to it once you get that all back stitched. I think that is so pretty. So that I got
reminds
a lot
me a
of that
little
done.
bit of a CC stitching, that technique where you outline the design and then you stitch the background so that the design is back.
Oh, yeah.
That is really very similar.
Yeah.
This effect right here is just like that design or that, technique.
That is, I love it. I think it's so pretty.
Very pretty.
That thread is so nice to work with.
I'm now on round 4 of what colors I'm going to use.
Oh no, really?
And again, I pulled the wrong fabric, and so
and again, this
still
is
not committed.
I think you can probably still get this, and you know they do have some colorways in here for you, so that you don't have to come up with your own if you don't want to.
Is that directed anywhere?
Yes, you could
read the book, Liz.
Do that.
Read the book. Pick something.
But I'll show you. I think I might do more than one. That's why I have so much fabric there. And then so I went ahead and just stuck some threads in here that I like together. So,
and if you're a gadget person,
these colors are the ones that I'm using in the one I just showed you. This is just for the back stitch. And then I like these together too. I think they're really pretty.
Very pretty.
That was fun. So I got a lot of that done on the 4.5-hour ride. Just on the turnpike though, because otherwise it's just too darn bouncy.
Oh,
my
Pennsylvania
goodness.
roads. If you're from outside, well, if you're from inside the state, you understand that reference, but
you know once you've crossed over to Pennsylvania.
Potholes are us. I used to think Maine was bad, but they get right on their streets pretty quickly. They can't let them go because the season changes so fast. They have to, They have to nail them.
Then yesterday I had a day at home and I decided to work on the Jeanette Douglas piece. I showed you a picture of the entire thing last video, but I'm starting on the summer section of it. So this will be the whole top corner, Summer by the Sea. Again, this is Jeanette Douglas. This is what I have.
Speaking of Maine,
so far.
Put that red lobster up there.
I know, I can't wait, yeah. So I'm working on, across the top here, I'm adding all the little stitches that make it look like tiny little flowers or something.
It's funny.
But that'll be really pretty.
Did I ever tell you that my dad's mother's family originated in Maine?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we have Mainers. I mean, we have a whole
Mainers.
group of family that are Mainers. They have the generational claim, and they're in the Augusta area.
Okay.
And then to have Carrie and Kevin both born in Maine was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah. Again, that is on 32 count Star Sapphire.
When we were upstairs, I was going to tell you what that was called, and I thought, nope, I'm not telling her. I'll wait till we get downstairs.
And then the only other thing I worked on was my montage, and I haven't shown that in a while, so I brought it down.
Drum roll. Wait till you see what she added.
Show. Alrighty. Sorry, Liz.
That's all right. I disappear a lot.
Here we come.
Every time this comes out, I go away.
Oh, all right. So I'm so excited, and Liz pointed that out when she got here today, but I'm all the way across the top. I just have to finish my stag that I'm doing here, and then I have a little space here that I think I'm going to put a word right in this area.
Any
so,
word?
Anyway, yeah. Any word. Pick a word. Any word.
All right.
So I'm putting the stag in because we are a hunting family. My husband and son hunt, and so that reminds me of them. I went ahead and put another Quaker symbol up here. This row, this design is from the book Ultimate Sampler Motifs, and that is a Brenda Keyes book, along with this right here, this piece here. Then this little owl here, Ooh. I decided to, Ooh. I decided to stick that in there. That came from...
I've got this if you want
to
go.
Oh, thank you. From one of the cards from Hands Across the Sea samplers. And the reason why I put the owl in there is it reminds me a lot of my father-in-law, because it's just silly, but every time, once we all started getting married, every time he would hear the owl, one of us girls were pregnant. And it just ended up being this big joke. Even my niece, she has a little one now, and before she even announced that she was pregnant, Pappy heard the owl again. So it's just funny. So anyway, that reminds me of him. And then this was also a design off of another Hands Across the Sea card that I did. So this over here, this motif is from the Rosewood Manor Be Creative Cookbook and Stitch. This is really fun. There's so many amazing fun things in this book, and that is where that came from.
I told her when I saw it today that what I really liked is the fact that now she's got the entire width finished, and it gives it a much more defined, it defines the dimension much clearer, I think, and I really like that.
Yeah.
And by the way, this guy, I looked at your piece, your Around the World piece in the hallway while we were talking, and it is exactly the same stag. Yeah, I really like that. Which makes sense because it's in public domain. So that would make sense.
And that, I think, was from the part of one of the England parts that stag was from.
Yep.
So anyway, that's that. And now I get to roll it down once I get this finished up here. So that'll be fun.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Just make sure you put a no stink bugs allowed sign on it when you expose the rest of the fabric.
Oh, and there's my little nest down there. We always talk about how I always have a nest. There's my working nest.
You know,
those are not, that's not like throwaway threads. That's,
I know.
I pull from those and just keep, instead of putting them back on.
See, and that's the other day I was doing a piece that I'm using one strand.
Yeah.
And I take that strand when I'm done, and I know I'm going to, it was actually the Quaker pillow that I'm doing those, they refer to them as confetti stitches. When you have a single stitch just hiding somewhere and you have to to start and stop the thread.
I call them annoying.
Yes, I called them lots of things the other night. I was by myself in the wee hours of the morning. And I will tell you what I came up with a really cool way to do it quicker. But in the process, I'm looking at all these last threads and I'm folding them in half and hooking them back over my thread holders. And I'm thinking, I really like Deb's idea better. I just want to make a stack of these threads and stick them somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
The only thing is then I'll feel compelled to put them back on before I hang my threads back up or throw them away. And then I'll sit there and I'll go, but I could use that. And I'm terrible like that. I'll keep like 12 inches of one strand of color. I'll put it back.
Well, I will too. I mean, whatever I don't end up using, I will save.
Will you?
But it saves so much time as you're stitching.
Yes. Yes.
You know? So
that's
why I do it.
occurred to me was I became very clear why you have a nest the other day.
I think I showed these, but I pulled these out because I also want to incorporate something of both of these patterns, I think, in my montage. And these are from Jordan Privé.
Jordan Privé.
Don't know how to say it.
I remember when I found those.
Yeah, the D and the E.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just so many cute little fun motifs in there. And I already have an E in the middle. So I think I am going to stitch the D here with everything in it. But then there's just other fun stuff on here that I might be pulling, you know, from here and sticking somewhere else. So yeah, I think that was all I worked on. That was it.
Well,
that's not true. But that's the one that's upstairs and I didn't put it down. So you'll see that next time.
Pitter patter, pitter patter.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and
right.
I'll have to share my other stitching next week.
Yes.
Oh, I did start something else, but you'll see that when we stitch. But
yes. Real quick, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We had a bunch of comments last video. Well, of course, everyone loves your fobs and they're so excited about the fob giveaway. A lot of people, but I think because we have so many new viewers, wanted to know if you ever did or would ever do a tutorial on how to make them.
Scissor fobs.
So, no. The peyote.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she has.
That's
What
I thought you meant.
Yeah, but I think it's because we have so many new people. They were,
yes.
you know, they weren't sure of it. So if you check our channel, it is under...
It's under...
Tips and techniques, or is it under classes, or...
I think I have a playlist called Peyote.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Or it's under help and tutorials.
Oh.
I'll put a link to the video.
Oh, good idea.
In the description box.
Okay. All right.
But it's about a 2-hour plus video because I've got them in different stages. I prepared for the video so that you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I do go through the whole technique of making them.
Okay. Another question we got asked, I think we've shown a couple pieces of fabric that had something around the edges so that it didn't fray. We started using medical tape a while ago and it works great. It's the cloth medical tape, just any width. This is kind of wide, but it's nice because once you fold it over your fabric, you know, it's about a ½ an inch on each side. But it does come in different widths and it works beautifully. And you can just order it from Amazon. Just get the best price. The other question, when I show my Q-snaps, a lot of times I'll have something under my little clamp on the edges. And I had a lot of questions as to what was that. I will get these. These are like shelf liners, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Contact makes them.
Okay. I find them at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, and I just cut them apart. And these work so nice for wrapping around your fabric and then putting your clamp on and holding everything nice and tight so it doesn't slip. And you don't have to keep, you know, messing with your frame. All right. So I wanted to make sure that I said that.
Okay, so it's going to be my turn to get up for a minute.
Oh, yeah? Where are you
Because
going?
now I can't believe that I also...
What?
Did I not show you the crab fob here today?
Is that at home?
Sorry. It's sitting with the other.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's sitting with the fabric. That is so
Oh
frustrating.
my gosh, it's so cute. Well, they'll
'Cause
see
I
it next
wanted to
video.
show you.
You can still enter the word fob on this video if you would like a chance to win one of Liz's fobs. And they're super cute. Oh,
And
it's a cute little
it's a
summer fob
fob. Yes.
with a beautiful little crab on it. He's so sweet.
And if I'd have let, see, the reason I took it off is because it was attached to the top of my strawberry piece. The one that,
Oh, got
this
ya.
one.
Yes. Oh, did you show
Because
that
it
one?
has a crab. This I showed
showed
last
last
video.
time. Okay.
But I finished the strawberry. Now I'm just doing the joining line, outlining to go around it on the two sides. But the fob looks so cute with this piece. I told Deb, I said, how can I hang a fob on this? We did come up with an idea. And if we do it, we'll show you.
Super cute.
Can't believe I left that.
Oh, you're slipping,
That's
kid.
crazy.
You're slipping.
Oh, it's just, I got so much on my mind with the going away and trying to fit everything in. And it's just,
You're only one woman.
I know. I need to be 4. No, that'd be 4 times the frustration. Because I wouldn't change. I'd still leave it all behind. That would just be the way it is. So anyway.
So what's in your little red box? You should show them that too.
yes.
I should grab mine.
I was going to show you. I've been going back through class projects. That's where the Atlantic Avenue strawberry you just saw came from. It was a class last Jamboree. We weren't able to attend, but I was able to get the class kits afterwards. And it was the Boardwalk Review was what Erica Michaels was called, her project group. And then quite some time ago, Linda Vinson did a class with us at the Jamboree. And she did one called French Schoolgirl Sewing Case in Smalls. And it's beautiful. And our friend Leela, I think, finished hers. Was it Leela who finished this?
I think so.
Did gorgeous work on it. And it's really pretty. Now, she did it on this fabric. And she had a dickens of a time trying to get the fabric. So we ended up getting part of it after the class and part of it in the class. But this is the band. And it's a natural with a, like a ticking border on it. And it's really nice to work on. It has a nice stiff feel to it. I like a sturdier fabric to stitch on.
Me too.
I'm not comfortable with a lot of the loose because my tension is tighter. And if I have to concentrate on loosening my stitches, I get frustrated. So I don't.
Is that the extra piece?
Yeah, this is the big piece that they mailed to us. And then this is the piece that, or this is the little piece that we worked on in class. This is the color, the 2 colors that are, or is it 2 or 3? I think it's just 2 colors through the whole thing. Yeah. 2 colors through the whole piece. And this is my big start in class just to try it out. That's all the farther I had started on it. So everything was packaged really neat.
Oh, thank God.
In this
I
little
did not
red,
have it.
oh no,
Scared myself.
in this little red box. It came tied with this little baker's twine, but she gave us some finishing clamps, and there's some little smalls that go in it. I'm not going to pull them all out, but it also has the red
Oh, that's
Dubiani
beautiful. Yeah.
silk, and the stabilizer, and then a little easel to display it on when you're done. So all these goodies are there, and I was thinking that this would be
That's my good
fun.
start.
That's what I
That's
showed
all I
mine
have
too.
too.
I just have the little red part of mine done. So I was thinking maybe that I might take it along with me, because it would be easy to work on. And I won't take all the goodies with me, but
Yeah,
it would
and
be
you can
fun
really
to start working on.
customize. Like, I think Leela or whoever it was that showed us, and you can put all different kinds of letters down in
Yes.
here for, you know, family
Yes.
members or anything like
And
that.
I think somebody did the people who were at the Jamboree, right? Didn't Leela do the initials of
I don't know,
her
it's been so
stitching
long,
friends
I'm
or
not
something?
sure.
I don't remember who all she put on hers, but it was neat. And Linda had a bunch of ideas too when she was telling us
Yeah.
about it. She was saying you could,
Yeah, but that
Personalize
gray
it.
and that red, it's so pretty. Very pretty.
so I was thinking I could take that along. That was one of the things, but it'll probably be coming up next, because I am going to start on that blue Rhapsody in Blue finish. I have that sorted and
Good.
ready to go.
Good.
And then I have that other project by Patrick's Woods, the little needle set, needle book, and it has the bicycle. It's the old school.
Oh, yes.
I still have that to work on.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of class things that I pulled out.
Good.
So that was
Very
one
good.
thing. But I started something this week, and I sent Deb a text
Yeah.
in her fashion, because she does this to me all the time. She'll start something new and she'll say, guess what I'm working on?
It was kind of nice though, because you sent it and we were on our drive to Pittsburgh, so I had hours.
And I was surprised that I thought she's already in Pittsburgh. I didn't realize she was traveling until she kept responding, and I finally said, are you in Pittsburgh yet? And you said, in about an hour and a half. And I went, oh, she's still on the road.
Yeah.
So we played back and forth.
That's funny.
I narrowed it down. I gave her some hints about the alphabet and the designer's initials, and then the type of piece I was working on. And she said, is it with thy needle and thread? I said, oh, you're so close. But she said, with the blues. Now, I have two pieces of Brenda Gervais. One is indigo blue, which has, it's almost all blue in the background and Quaker symbols, and then the house. And then the subsequent one she put out that I liked was called Token of Love. This was the one I actually started on. So she said, I'm thinking about the one with the blues. Now, to me, the blue took me right to indigo blue.
But this is what I was thinking.
The one she was thinking of.
So when it goes on a box, and
when I finally sent the pic, she goes, yep, that's the one I was thinking of. So this was all I sent her a picture of, right here. I said, so what did I start? Now, that's okay, because she sent me 8 stitches or 10 and said, what am I starting? And it's like, oh, not in a million will I come up with that.
I love that fabric.
Yes, this is
that's perfect.
It's called Verda, I think, Verda, and it's by Fiber on a Whim.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
And I just think it's going to be so pretty with these colors.
It
and
is.
This is the color palette, and that's the fabric that it goes on.
Yeah, that is so pretty.
So that will be nice. And then I brought this along just as a chance for you to see something I haven't shown in a while. This is a lap stand that I use, and it is by R&R Craft Frames. And these are kind of hard to come by, but there's a shop in Canada called Gitta's, Gitta, and that's the booth and the shop that Deb and I met in her area of the convention at the retreat we went to in Lancaster.
Yeah.
So there's 2 sizes that I know of these, and I like them both. And of course, when it rains, it pours. I had just procured this one when I was at a retreat with our guild, and I saw someone working on a much bigger one that they had a sampler on. I thought, oh, that might be good for me to be able to work on some larger pieces. So I got that and ordered that. Well, then, what, a year went by, maybe, not quite, and we were at a guild swap, and wouldn't you believe there were 2 more, one small, one large.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, it's like, you don't see it, you don't see it, you don't see it,
and then it's everywhere.
Yep. So anyway, the other place, the distributor in the United States, is in a shop in Florida. So if you wanted to find it, you could Google R&R Craft Frames, and I think you'd be able to find that person.
Okay.
And before we get too far into doing some stitching, I just want to say that these clip-ons, everybody will ask, and if you're new and you haven't seen them before, they're called magna clips.
The people that have been here forever are going, yes, Liz, we know they're called magna clips. Although we get asked that question more than any other question, I think.
Yep, every time I wear them. So, well, that and people asked about your scissors.
Oh, yeah, the little scissors.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get that done.
Petites.
Petite, are these puffins?
Nope.
No.
Petites by Sullivan's.
Okay. That's a puffin. Is this a puffin?
Yes.
My needle
that's
minder.
made by Puffin Company, but
okay, that's my
I
needle minder.
believe they Somebody told me they were no longer making them, but I don't know that to be gospel.
Ah,
I was told that. But I don't
Did
take it for granted until I look it up.
yes.
Sometimes things get traveling down that path that are a little bit askew.
Right. Right, right.
So I'm going to work on this for a little while.
Okay. And I'm going to work on my Serenity Harbor.
There was something else I was thinking of taking along to Kev's, and I'm trying to remember what it's on my stack of things. Oh, I know what it was.
What?
I'll pull up my glasses.
This is how long I've had this kitted up because I'm still using all of my thread are still on little bobbins.
I know, I thought about that when you pulled it out. You know what went through my mind?
What?
Deb, you probably have all the overdyed colors. If you go back through your projects, they're probably all on your bobbins. Because I do remember you had quite a collection of bobbins at one point, right?
Well, for DMC, yes.
Oh, was that just DMC? I thought that was
Yeah.
overdyed as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
so
Look how kinky that is. Oh my gosh. I got some kinky thread.
okay, we'll leave that there. This is by Twisted Oaks Designs, and it's called Cocoa Pins. And it's cuter than a bug's ear. And I think I showed you Sandy's version
Cuter
of this
than a bug's ear.
in
Oh.
how long ago was that? Maybe
Let me
a
see.
few
What are we
months
looking
ago.
at? Oh yeah.
Sandy's version.
Yeah.
And I just love it. And I have some interesting colors I'm using on this one. It's a hand-dyed fiber by Vicky.
Oh, that is so cute.
And it's called Caribbean Reef. And I don't know if she still has this color, but I'm doing it in that color. Just thought it would stand out, and it looked really fun. So that's one of them. But more than that was the idea of going on a holiday and starting something new just because I can.
Exactly.
And that is this one.
Oh, but
Twisted Oaks Design Mary Noel.
oh yeah.
I thought I would start the chicken one. I have the silk
Christmas chicken.
threads. Yep. And they're really pretty. They're by Dinky Dyes, these silks.
Okay.
And the other thing I like is the color of the fabric, which is vintage antique green. And when I realize, there we go, and find the end it's taped, I can show you. So it's a pretty green. It's almost like the Star Sapphire in a way. It has that kind of really light look to it. And then these are the colors.
Okay. Did it come together as a kit or?
I bought the accessory threads,
Got you.
I think, when I bought the pattern,
Okay.
because I liked the look of it, and I didn't want to change the look. And it also came, my accessory pack came with the buttons and beads to go on it. I'm pretty sure I have all that for the other guy too. So, the Dinky Dyes and the thread. So that would be fun to work on. And again, this is that fabric that has a nice stay on it. And so I'll narrow it down.
Okay.
We'll decide what we're doing at Kevin's sometime between now and tomorrow at noon.
It's always better to take more options than get somewhere and think, I wish I had such and such. Because you never know what you're going to be in the mood for.
Yep. And if you're me, you always take more options. Gosh, it took me how long to not take my entire craft room when we went away?
Hey, you still travel sometimes with your chair.
That's true.
So
Not many people take their recliner on a retreat.
nope. But we make it work.
Yeah, that was fun. And it made the difference between enjoying my stitching time.
Well, we actually did need it. I mean,
Yeah.
that worked out really well.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I just somehow
Why am I not
locked
getting
my
this camera?
thread onto my zipper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at that. Ta-da! Got it. My little
Huh.
silk on this chicken just hooked itself on the zipper of my bag. This is what made me think of your nest the other day. I had that
yeah.
stuck in there with my silks. So we watch Floss Tube when we stitch quite often. But last night I was up really late and we had subscribed to Showtime sometime back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honestly, I don't often find a lot out there, but this time last night when I was doing the finish work on that piece for Carrie, I thought maybe I can find something on TV I could just listen to, something fun while I'm working. And Showtime had a series. What was it called? Moonbase.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you have watched any of the Apple TV made for TV series, but there's one called For All Mankind. It's gotten a lot of awards and reviews, and it's still currently in production. So weekly there's a new episode.
Oh.
So I binged the last 5 seasons or however many it was up until being current.
Mm-hmm.
And it is about a group of people from NASA who go to the moon initially, the astronauts, and they mix in enough reality from the previous Apollo missions and the newsreels and things to make you think that this is not fictional. It's really well done. Then they jump ahead to vessels that are now going to Mars.
Oh.
Manned vessels.
Okay.
So it's about space stations, moon bases, and then these space stations that go all the way to Mars.
Ah.
And I see this one called Moonbase on Showtime. And I think, oh, looks a lot like the one I was watching. Wonder what it's like. So I pull it up. It is a satirical series. And very similar to the story about having a moon base. But because they're talking about having a moon base, and the stage is set by saying that this moon base will will start to be manned within the next few months. So right now, in order to prepare the astronauts and train them for their station and time on the moon, they've set up several moon bases here on Earth where they've placed them, and they go through the same kind of days and habitat things to prepare them. So they go to Winslow, Arizona, which I've been to. We used to live in Tucson. They're in the middle of the desert, and they have this moon base, and it's got 3 branches to the base, like a little partial asterisk, sort of, if you look at it from above. And they're all in there. They can't leave there unless they put on their spacesuit. Their water is, a predetermined amount. They have powdered meals. Everything is like being on a moon base, okay? And they go online and they get updates from NASA about their day and their work and what they're doing. But to give you an idea of the comedy involved here, they run out of water. So they start investigating things that they can keep hydrated with. And they range from cooking oil to cleaning fluids. And then finally they break into the 2 bottles of celebratory champagne that are in the refrigerator.
Wouldn't you have started with that first?
And what one would think, right? They even use the machine that's there that will convert urine back into water. Oh, right? So they've got all these things set up in this camp. It's so comical because in the background of the lab they have, it looks like a kid's chemistry set. They've got beakers with every color liquid in it you could think, like a green one, a blue one, a red one, a yellow one, and they're all sitting in the background. And then their moon outfits have big numbers on the back, like a football number, like a 6 and a 5 and a 4, and they're all in primary colors. Like the one guy's suit has red on it, the other guy's has green, and the other guy's has blue. I thought it was hysterical, and I could not stop laughing. So this morning I said to Rick, you have to watch this. It's really funny. I said, it's such a comical view of this. So he starts watching. He goes, I don't like the dynamic between those 2 guys. It's really abusive. I said, you have to keep watching. So the one guy is Kelsey Tracer. I think is his name. Anyway, not Tracer. I'm saying the last name wrong. As a pro football player. He
Oh,
really
a pro
was with
football-
the
oh,
Kansas
okay.
City Chiefs, and he was in the Super Bowl, and he has a ring, and he has the ring on the base, right?
Oh,
He's wearing
really?
his ring, and he's going by his real name
Really?
in the moon base. So he is being very abusive to the captain, making the captain take care of his Land Rover and wash it and keep it clean and fetch him water and doing all these things. And then he says, I just want you to know, Kel says to the captain, did you clean my Rover? He goes, yes, I washed it this morning like you asked, and I washed it this afternoon like you asked. And then he said, but we're having a water problem. And Kel says, I wonder why that is. And the captain says, I don't know, but we have to figure it out. And I'm thinking, this is so nuts. So the big meanie, the pro player, falls in a hole trying to dig a well outside on the moon base. And he's out of the picture, like right at the get-go. I said to Rick, when Rick goes, he needs to disappear. I said, oh, just sit tight. He's soon going to disappear.
Oh my gosh.
And then after that, Rick thought the whole thing was really funny because the bad guy disappeared, and it left the three guys who didn't have a clue.
Oh my
in this
goodness.
moon base. But it was funny.
We don't watch a lot in the summertime, but we did find a new show that we like. It's called Lincoln Lawyer. Did you watch that yet?
Oh gosh, yes.
Really?
That's awesome show.
Yeah, we just
and
started.
I love him, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
He is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a Prime.
McKenna told us about it. It's
Amazon
on
Prime original, I think.
Oh, okay. I think it's on Netflix.
Was it Netflix? Oh yeah, it's a Netflix original.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. But anyway, that's very, very good.
It is.
Yeah.
And he's such a neat guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is a neat guy
Yeah.
and a good actor. And I had
Yes.
never seen him in anything before.
Me neither. Me neither.
Uh,
And then I had something else really fun happen. If you remember when I was talking about, we went on our family vacation a few weeks ago, and my niece was doing some surface embroidery, and she was checking out whenever I was stitching, cross stitching and all that. And so I said, Maddie, if you're ever interested, in learning to stitch, or this really does interest you and you want to give it a try, don't buy anything. Just come on over and we'll just go through the craft room and I'll give you the basics and you can go from there. She goes, really? Okay. So I really didn't think much of it. And Sunday after church, this was before we went to Pittsburgh, I get a text from her and she goes, Aunt Deb, were you serious about me being able to look through your craft room? I think I want to cross stitch. I finished my embroidery and I don't have anything to do.
Step on up.
So she came over and had so much fun. I thought, yes, I could pick patterns for you, but I kind of wanted to see what interested her.
Yeah.
So I told her just to go over to these shelves and I said, have at it. Just look through them and what piques your interest, and that way I could kind of get an idea of what maybe she would be into. So she chose a Jeanette Douglas design. It is all cross stitch, and it was the it was all Quaker. Was it called Quaker? Squares? Quaker stars.
Quaker stars.
Quaker stars.
I think so.
Okay, and it's very, very cute. It has the alphabet up top, and it's just all Quaker.
The alphabet's on. Quaker Stars is the one the pillow's on that I just got. That's why that rung a bell.
Oh, then that's no.
I'm trying to think though. I know which one you mean.
Anyway,
is it the one we got at the class?
I showed it when we did our Jeanette Douglas.
Yes.
But I just cannot remember what it's called. But anyway, it is all cross stitch, no back stitching. No fancy stitches at all. And then I got out a piece of 14 count fabric that I had left over, and that was from the Fat Quarter shop. So I gave her the whole lowdown on how to start it. We cut the fabric and everything, and I think Jeanette called for silks though, so I said just convert it into whatever DMC you like, because that way just start cheap. So she sent me a picture of how far she'd gotten, and I'm so proud of her. Look.
Wow.
And she is loving it. A new stitcher is definitely born, because
oh my gosh, yeah, she took off like a house on fire.
Loves
That's awesome.
it. So this
okay,
is what
so
she has
when's
so
she gonna
far.
start doing baby things?
Isn't that cool?
She needs to do a baby sample.
Yes. So anyway, I'm so proud. I'm like, oh, Maddie, that's awesome. Good job.
If she's
so excited.
A baby sampler, let me know, because I ran across some of my baby patterns
Okay.
if she's looking to do something like that.
I found out she likes things that are more, she likes prim. She doesn't like cutesy, or primary colors, that kind of thing. So, but anyway, I thought that was so cute.
That is very neat.
Yeah. Yep.
And I embroidered before I cross-stitched. I did that first. It's, technically.
It was so cute because we were texting back and forth, and she said how she just absolutely loves it because it is so relaxing. And embroidering that was fun for her, but she said this is even more relaxing. I said, I know, it is really like mental therapy because you can kind of get lost in what you're doing. Yep. And sometimes what you're doing is very intricate and you really do have to concentrate, which is fun as well. Or other times you're just kind of filling in and you can just kind of let your mind wander. And
yeah, I try to keep it on a short leash, but
yeah. Anyway, that was really cute.
It is.
She's like, I just can't wait until Lucille lays down for a nap because I know I can stitch. I'm like, oh, I remember that.
Yep.
Aww.
Now, see, it's funny, too, because some people say that they put their stitching aside when their family was started and their kids were born. That's when I started stitching.
Okay.
Now, I was a single mom when the kids were pretty young, but even when I wasn't single and the kids were infants, I still stitched as soon as they went to bed at night.
Oh, gosh.
That was my unwind time. And then I would take it on business trips. I'd take it on traveling. I always found some time for my mental therapy.
Me too. Yeah.
And it never did get set aside the whole time they were growing up.
Yeah. And even if it was only during nap time, I mean, at least there had to be something in the day where I just, wanted to sit down and stitch.
I had 3 ladies work for me. They were the one portion of the staff that I had at this one. It was a state PPO that we set up. And we were doing some significant work. We had about 60,000 clients at that point in time. And it was challenging. There were only a total of 5 of us to manage all those people. So I thought we need some incentive. And they had all been watching my stitching and asking me about it and asking me, would I ever consider teaching them? And I said, absolutely. So I thought, what if I got some kids? And we were doing this large filing restructuring. And so we had these huge filing cabinets and they all needed to be gone through. Papers needed updated and whatnot. And we had to start to finish because we took these over from another place.
Okay.
I took the kits and I hid them in the filing at different points so that if they got to a certain point, that was theirs if they got that far.
That's cute.
Well, so once they each reached that point in their filing responsibilities, then we started the classes and we did them on Friday afternoons after we got our mailing done. We'd do it during lunchtime. Anyway, it was so much fun. And they went way beyond their kits that I got after that and started stitching things on their own and buying things. And it's fun when you see somebody get started like that.
Yeah, it is.
A beginner. I thought that was that color, but now I'm not sure. I gotta check the chart. Oh, no, it was not that color.
Uh-oh. Good thing you checked.
Yeah. My first clue was that I didn't have a strand already cut because usually I put that on there, but where are you? There you are. And there's another clue. I don't have one there either. So where did it go? Would be there you be.
Wish I could remember what fabric this is. I know it's 40 count, but I cannot remember what fabric it is. It's a nice neutral.
Trying to remember.
And it has the orange. What is this again? When it has the orange? Swigart. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But if it's over dyed, then it could be also from.
No, it's not over dyed.
Okay. All right.
Now, what are you looking for?
Just trying to get my color key out, and it's arguing with me. I
Oh,
have it
no.
slipped over the bottom of this other pattern. Come on. Pick the whole thing up. Be easier. You know.
Oh, we wanted to do a giveaway today.
Yes,
Let's
we
do a bundle giveaway.
Okay.
All right. So if you remember how this works, we were blessed with a box of some goodies, and she would like to stay anonymous, but we'd like to say a huge thank you. And inside the box were some charts from Just Nan. So we're going to do a bundle giveaway of Just Nan charts. And Liz and I get asked a lot about band samplers, so there are quite a few awesome ones in here. And if you are interested in this Just Nan bundle, leave the word bundle in your comment, and also make sure you're a subscriber, and we will pass that along to you next video. This one's called Garden Party. Really, really, really cute ones. Oh, this one's so cute. Frosty. Look at that. You can get some Christmas stitching done. That's adorable. And this one, Spring is in the Air.
Yeah, when I saw those band samplers, I thought that would be a fun thing.
Yeah. So you have a chance to win that bundle. Didn't want to forget that. I saw they're sitting over there.
Yes. And if you're new to the needlework realm on Floss Tube or YouTube, which is also synonymous, there are many channels to watch and things to learn and things to buy. So be sure to search on needlework or cross stitch and see all the different things that are out there. It's just phenomenal now what's available for stitching, and that's the best part of it, is the community just gets more and more enriched with everybody's input, and everybody has different ways of doing different things, which make it a lot of fun.
Yes, definitely.
There you are. I thought to myself, I know I just cut a piece off.
I can't believe it's August.
Yeah, that was the only thing about having a birthday in August, was you knew it was the end of the summer. Coming up anyway. Close. And then my daughter Carrie, her birthday's the end of August. And sometimes it was back in school, but most of the time when she was young, it was just before school resumed.
That's how Logan is, the 20th, yeah.
And Carrie's is the 29th, so it was, I always thought to myself, if it was resumed, then she could, get her friends together and we could have some fun. We usually did end up doing a party, because by then she had a lot of friends that she saw all summer long. Well, when she was home, she was in Maine for summers too. So, but the fact that summer's coming to an end when your birthday rolls around, it's like, What's really interesting though, lately, I've noticed that the calendar says, school resumes and that summer's about done, but the weather doesn't necessarily. We've had some really warm Septembers.
Oh, definitely.
It's kind of surprising.
We're not closing the pool until September.
Yeah,
it's
good.
set up for the last weekend in September.
Okay.
It has been hot though. A lot of people have been getting awful, awful heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
And we have like a heat pump system. So, you know, if it gets super hot out, it's going to keep it cooler, but it's not like a full-on air conditioner, and it has to work hard to keep it comfortable. And we are comfortable. I'm not saying we aren't, but it's still warm in the basement where we don't have any airflow.
Oh.
The house wasn't set up that way, but it's funny how even if you've lived in warmer climates, when you get humidity, it doesn't really seem to matter where you've lived. Humidity is humidity. Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, very humid states that we lived in. California was gorgeous. It had some humid time, but that was only during a certain couple of months during the year when we had all of our rain. The rest of the time was beautifully temperate, and we were in Central California.
I'm so glad we finally got rain. Boy, we needed it.
Yes, and we did get enough, I think, to make a bit of a difference.
Yes. Ugh. Finally did not have to water the garden or, you know, the flowers. That was so nice.
I came in from walking Ivan. Normally we have maybe 4 or 5 large toads that hang out around our house in the summertime. And this year we saw 3 or 4 early on, and I have not seen one since.
They're all over here.
Well, no,
I
I know.
You brought them over here and dropped them off, didn't you?
I must have, because they're not at our house. And the funny thing is, I came in the other night and we'd had a shower, but not really rain, just a shower. And the light shined and I saw this silhouette, and I realized it wasn't a toad, it was a tree frog.
Yeah.
And the little guy was sitting right in the driveway, and I thought, why are you in our driveway?
Yeah, watch out, buddy.
Need to find another place to hang out. You don't want to know how many frogs have come this way and not moved on. But they can jump so far in one jump.
Yeah.
Well, like when we were watching the one in your pool.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Neither of us saw him get out, but he actually made it from the water onto the cool deck and then up into the garden. And I thought, wow, he's a talented little guy.
Yeah. Because usually you just have to fish them out yourself. He was probably just as surprised. Oh, I made it.
Been trying that all summer.
What would have been really funny is if he ended up back in. His next hop. Oh, darn it. I was out, now I'm back.
Yeah, because sometimes it does not look like they even know what they're doing.
No,
They just take off.
Oh, man.
That would be funny. In, out, in. Okay, so as excited as I was.
Yes.
That I stitched this and showed you how far I was.
Yes.
I used the wrong color.
Well,
did you see that look pass over my face when I pulled out my thread and I didn't have a piece?
But
I'm going to change it.
Are you really?
Yeah. It's got some of this inside, and so I don't want to confuse it with the rest of the way they've got the color set up.
Wait, isn't it this one you're doing?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be schnickly, but I somehow read that and picked up the Oscar. It's the next one down. I just ran across when I looked at it and glanced at the wrong color.
What's the inside?
The main color inside is Sandcastle. That's this lighter one here. That's the inside.
Okay, this is the inside?
Mm-hmm.
And you're
this
saying
is
this?
supposed to be the outside, and this is what I used.
I like this.
Do you?
I would not rip that out. That's so pretty. Look at that.
Yeah.
See, that's not much of a difference.
Okay.
I like how that looks.
Okay.
And then with that color that you chose, and then this on the inside.
See, doesn't that look like they have it marked wrong then?
Yes. Yeah, I don't pull that out. That's beautiful.
Well, see, that's probably what I did was
just look off the picture.
was...
Yeah. Oh no, I love that. That's beautiful.
And then see, this does look like
yes, that does look like that one. Yes,
but this one. All right.
100%, man. That's nice. I like that a
Okay.
lot.
I'll
Yeah.
continue.
Okay.
I'll take those 5 out. I'll take out the 5, not the 25.
Sorry, I should have caught that a while ago.
Well, I didn't show it to you. I didn't mention it. I was thinking I'll just keep that to myself. But then I thought, no, Liz, let's be transparent here. You pulled the wrong color.
Oh, gosh.
That's
actually,
like
you pulled the correct color. Look at that.
the other day when you and I were stitching together. What was I working on?
You were working on, well, out at the pool, you mean?
No, when we stitched upstairs and I was sitting in your chair, I was working on something. Was it my stars? Was it my Quaker star?
Yes.
Pattern?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you had to.
Yeah.
She made, which we all do this, where you make the same mistake over and over and you just keep thinking, seriously, how could I do that again?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So we were sitting there and stitching, and I'm stitching along, and I get home and I pull it out that evening to work on it some more. So happy with the progress I made, and I went, not what it's supposed to be.
That is funny. Oh my gosh.
You know what I should do?
What?
I should. I don't know why I didn't think of this before.
What?
I should get a piece of cloth, just straight up, and I should take that piece of cloth and just put it in whatever project I'm working on and start on it. Just whatever I'm working on, start there in that scrap of cloth. And then after I look at it, and I've been working on it a while, go, yep, that's right. And then go to the one I'm actually working on. So I'll have this like false start cloth. It'll be filled with all the mistakes. And then I can actually work on the one I'm supposed to.
Hey, that's not a bad. You could actually have a sampler done. You know,
Yes,
like,
that's
call it a
what I'm thinking.
mistake sampler.
All my boo-boos, yes.
My boo-boo sampler.
This
there
is
you
boo-boos,
go.
yes. I mean, I used to have a doodle cloth when I was learning lots of new stitches. And
Yeah, I
use
do
it
like
for
to
my
do that.
stitches. But I didn't. I have
Yeah.
never tried, just to avoid putting my mistakes on my actual piece. Here we go. I've got my thread milk tags on here.
Yeah?
And what I do if I'm working on something like a sampler that I'm going to be using the colors over and over, I'll put my regular threads on my hoop, my overdyes, and then I put like a thread milk or a thread drop in between, and then I just hang my single strand that I'm working with off my thread drop.
Oh, okay, cute.
So the nest is here, but it's an organized nest.
Let me show if people don't know what you're talking about with your milk caps.
Organized nest.
Yes. And that's cute too.
Yeah, I made that one.
That's cute. I like it. Thread Milk Designs. Oh, that one's cute. But she has some really cute little floss tags.
These were milk caps.
Milk cap floss tags.
The first batch I bought off her Etsy shop.
Yes.
And then
Lori Wilson is her name, and she has all kinds of fun
I bought a big bag
things.
And we split them.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that we first got. And then we've gotten some since, but this is my floss tag. Everybody was trying out the resin and make your own tags, and I thought, I want to put something in mine besides just the paper. So I stuck a safety pin in this one just as
It's cute.
a little something different. Let me see if I can turn that around so you can actually see it. I also put a charm on it. But one of those funky little safety pins they came out with that they hang tags on your clothing. And I just laid it in there when I made it. I like that. That's one of my favorite ones. Now let's see what color I can pick. This one is actually Oscar. It says so. I wanted so badly to make it over to Hobby Lobby last week. Never did get there.
No?
No, a couple of days I just decided I didn't want to drive around. I do a lot of that. And
not with the price of gas.
Yep.
You really got to conserve everything now.
Yes. So I thought, well, I will just wait and eventually get there. I want to see if I can't find something unique to put my Jeanette Douglas mini Quaker sampler in. Because that fabric is so unique and I really like it. And that's that green that I don't remember or know the name of.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting dimension. I
was just going to ask you, do you remember what size it is? I mean, I know it's
I'm going to say it's close to maybe 4x8.
Okay.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. Long and narrow.
Yeah.
At first I thought, well, I could easily make this into a padded needle roll or project roll. And then I thought, yeah, then it's just going to go in the curio cabinet or in a project somewhere, and it's not going to sit out and go, look, I'm done.
Look at me.
So I thought, I think I'd rather try to find something that would accentuate the piece and make it a little bit different than just straight up. Even framing it, I was thinking that might be a nice. You know that piece I did that was by Brenda Gervais? It was just a cutesy little thing. It had the frog on it.
Oh, yes.
And it said something, it has a saying about frogging, and it's about that size.
Okay.
Long and narrow.
Okay.
Cannot remember the title of that, but
I had an idea.
I'm going to be balanced this evening. I'll finally be balanced.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had to take the van in and have the tires all balanced. I think we had rotated them, and sometimes when you rotate them and you don't balance them again, it just, the ride isn't as nice. And Rick said, I think I want to get them balanced before we take it down to Baltimore. So
Okay, so I have some of these things. This is a piece of wood that's covered with, you know, the burlap on it. I don't know if it's wide enough though.
I do have one of those.
Okay. And then a piece of wood from Matt, so the barn board, so you can mount it on that and just hang it on the wall.
I like that. Don't have to go to Hobby Lobby. I like
then
this.
I have this little tray,
Ooh.
which it might fit perfectly in.
It's got some browns and burgundies in it. That would be
This
nice.
would look really pretty with that green.
Yeah.
Then I have this frame that it would look pretty maybe in there. If it's why, again, I don't know the width, but
I think it would fit that one.
Anyway.
But like this one and the barn board.
Okay. This one and the barn board? You want to take them both?
I'll try that.
So, like Goodwill. Anytime you go anywhere, just keep your eyes open.
Yes.
And then...
and this was what I had in mind. You know, something different.
Okay.
But...
And you could just put a command hook on the back of that.
That was what it was from. Didn't you get that there? That looks like one of their tags.
What is it?
Oh, no. I thought it looked like a Hobby Lobby tag, but it's not a Hobby Lobby tag.
No.
But yeah, and that looks to be... I'll have to check the length, but I think that might... Oh, wait. I have a visual for how big it is. I had it in this hoop. And it was just about top to bottom. Remember the oblong hoop?
Yeah. Did you leave that at home as well?
No, I actually had it here. I saw it. And I'm not going to stop till I
If
find
any
it.
of these, you know, work for you, you're welcome to use them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Calling all. There it is. Hello.
You found it?
Yep. Okay, so remember it was in here.
The whole design fit in here?
I think so. I think I might have moved it just a tiny bit at the bottom because I needed to get my needle in. So
So probably not that then.
no. And I do have one of those if I want to use it. And it was not as full.
Okay.
So
that
I know
might
it's
work.
narrower.
maybe this might end up being a little too narrow, but you never know. Just take
Yeah.
it along and see. If nothing else, it would look really good on that too. And
Yep.
you could just do different trim and stuff,
Yep.
you know, on there.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Cool beans. I'm not doing it tonight, no.
Okay, so you're taking this.
Yeah, can I borrow
And
that one
this?
and that one?
Yes.
And then I'll lay them out and see.
There you go.
I'll need a truck.
There you go. Who needs Hobby Lobby?
That's right. I have Hobby Deb. And Deb calls me for a thread and stitching fabric. You know, your stitching stash is getting to be pretty resourceful.
I have fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I still have my mess of thread. Liz and I were talking about that today too. Oh darn, I forgot to put that away. About how what were we saying?
I was talking about how I've got to start to keep up with putting things away when I'm done, because I've got a basket with my overdyes that I use and drop in, but I don't have them hung back up. And I spent Sunday afternoon working a little more on the craft room. I stopped when everybody joined the house and we got everybody settled, and I just have never spread things back out to finish putting the craft room together.
Yeah.
Sunday I couldn't take it anymore. I said, I'm just going to start small. So I got everything generally tucked where I want it, but I have some refining to do. But when I came to my threads, I went, oh no, you can't keep doing that. That's going to take you hours to put those things away.
And that's what I was saying too. I still have my thread mess on my desk over here because I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see. I'm going to hang my threads up on those towel bars like Liz did. She has a beautiful palette that she hangs hers up on, but they have not gotten there yet. And now it just looks like work to me. And then I have this cart behind Liz, and the very top part of that cart is more stuff that needs put away. And again, it just looks like work.
Yep.
Ay.
Well, now you know,
I'll get there eventually.
it just occurred to me, I hung mine alphabetically.
Some thread fairy has to come over here.
There you go.
Hint, hint. When I'm not home.
And hang them up. So if I took my threads and grouped them by color, by manufacturer, so I still knew where crescent colors were, leaks and whatnot.
Yeah.
It might be easier to put them away and to get them out. I might have to look a little bit more than just alphabetically in a small section to find it, but that would make putting them away a little easier.
Right.
Or I could alphabetize the color groups, and then I don't have to go through the whole section of the manufacturer.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Would that actually save anything? No, probably not.
I don't know.
Not if I alphabetize.
Don't know.
Just still work when you let it get backed up.
Just always pick your own thread, then you have no problems.
There you go. Well, you know what's funny?
What?
I was looking for gingerbread the other day. And yeah, gingerbread. It was a crescent color, and I knew I had it.
Crescent or classic?
Oh,
is it an old one or?
Well, it's still all theirs. Classic Colorworks and Crescent Colors.
Right.
I went way back when I said that, didn't I?
That's what I meant though. Does it have a crescent tag or a classic colorwork tag?
Don't remember, because I think of them all as the same. That's probably why I'm messing it up.
Gotcha.
But, I think it's a Classic Colorworks tag.
Okay.
But I went to look for it, and I thought, do I really want to look through all those? Or is there a chance it might be in my basket? Sure enough, it was in the basket.
Oh, good.
So there was some benefit to leaving them in the basket.
Yeah.
That color is in my, gosh, what was I working on? Not my pillow, was it? Might be. Let me start counting numbers out loud. Are you counting?
No, just trying to figure out where I stopped here.
One too many stitches.
Okay. Oh, right.
You know what else has been calling me lately? My
What?
silk gauze piece, my Christmas one. Yeah. I'd love to finish that for this year. Carrie said of all the ones that are sitting in the room, that one she really likes. I said, you know, it's funny because that one's actually one of the easier ones to work on because they're 10 stitches.
That was funny. I remember I had taken quite a few pieces with me on vacation to stitch. So when Madison kept seeing me stitching on different things, she was funny. She goes, so you don't finish one thing before you start another? And I said, I used to.
Then I met this really nasty woman.
So she thought that was so interesting. And when she came over then, and I got to show her like my floor piece and a couple other things, she goes, wow, you're right. You do have a lot of things started. I said, just wait, Madison. If you really fall in love with this, you might get that, you know, that disease is going to happen to you as well.
Yep. I was looking in my filing cabinet, my patterns. I think it was yesterday. And I found a pattern. Somehow it got stuck in. And I think I had gone through I really want to work on this as soon as I do a new start bin. And then the ones that I'm not, you know, really drawn to right now, they go in the filing cabinet. So somehow I took it out of that I really want to start on this bin and got it back in the filing cabinet, but I did it with all the threads still inside of it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm looking at the patterns and putting them away, and I went, why did I leave the threads in there? Silly me. Because that's a real...
Oh, my goodness, my belly's growling.
It's a waste of your thread to have them stuck in your filing cabinet. So I did eventually pull it out and put it away.
Well, Miss Liz, should we head upstairs?
Are we getting to the bewitching hour? Oh, man, time goes so fast. I think so.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
You and I need to go away. I mean, I know you've been away and I've been away, but we need to go away.
Need to go away.
Yes, we do. Gosh, it's so much fun when we wake up, pick up our needlework, have our coffee, pick up our needlework, have our breakfast, pick up our needlework.
Yeah.
Have our lunch, pick up our needlework. Those days in the mountains are so much fun.
Yes, they are. And I've got to get back up there too.
Just let me know what weekend.
Okie dokie. All right.
Yep.
So I got a little bit more of the water done. Not that you're probably not going to notice much, but it's so pretty.
And I didn't get much done aside from everything I took off, but I got around the corner on that little motif.
I'm glad you're leaving that color. I love it.
Yeah, it came up and around there. But
beautiful.
I'm going to surprise myself when I get home and find all those things on the drum.
Yes, you are.
So don't forget, if you're interested, our 24,000 subscriber giveaway is 2 summer fobs. And they are, I will say, of all the ones I've designed, I think they're cute.
Oh, very cute.
So if you are not yet a subscriber and you want to join in, please hit like and subscribe. And make sure you leave a comment about, we said,
bundle. If you're interested in the bundle. Oh, you mean for the fob.
And the fob was fob.
Yep.
So those are your 2 keywords for this video. And we'll be seeing you again on the next one.
Yes, and you're going to have a birthday tomorrow, and then you're going away to see your...
Birthday's actually Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. I keep forgetting. Tomorrow?
Yeah. Tomorrow's the 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have...
Oh, I got to work tomorrow. Oh!
Yes, that's why you think tomorrow. See, we do everything by when we're free.
Oy. Okay.
So you're working, I'm driving.
And then you're going, and you'll be away. You get to see Kevin. And yay.
Yes. And then I'll be back. And
so
then
fun.
School comes.
Not for me.
I know.
Sorry.
This is her first season of no school in how many years?
22.
Wow.
20. Well, yeah, 22.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
She's going to laugh at me all year long.
Actually, more than that, because they went to preschool first
Okay.
for 2 years. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks for stitching along with us and visiting. Thank you
And-
for all of your comments and just everything. We really appreciate everyone.
We'll link the video for PEYOTE.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Was there anything else?
I don't think so.
All right.
Nope.
As always,
Share the joy of needlework. See you soon.
Bye-bye.